Like, you, like the fact that she was planning on ditching me, like it told me like, you're not treating me like a friend. You don't see me as a friend. You don't respect me enough to come back and look for me or answer my text messages. Why is it so hard for my friends to text me back? I don't understand. Let me just start off with saying I recorded this story before, but the only reason why I didn't post this story was because of the way I was telling it. And I feel like it sounded a lot more attacking to the person I was talking about more than just sharing my story, you know? Because with story times, I don't think it's more of a like exposing kind of thing or like a bashing kind of thing and like making people feel terrible for doing things to me. I feel like story time should just be more like, this was my experience and this is how I felt about it. So yeah, so I deleted that video and I'm gonna record the video again, and that's what we're doing right now. So congratulations guys, you guys are watching this second time I am filming the same story that you guys haven't seen yet. So let's get into it. So this story is about when I was in high school, and if you guys don't know who Vaseline is one of the girls that I met in high school, and she was honestly the person who introduced me to like the other girls in my group who I meet regularly or once a week during this after school program. So you guys would have to watch like a lot of other videos to like understand who these girls are. I don't really like go into detail on who exactly they are, but I just talk about them like sometimes, not sometimes, like most of the time. Like I feel like 60% of my stories of my videos to this day up till today is about the group of girls that I met in high school. But anyway, so this one girl, Vaseline, is actually a Vaseline. But anyways, there was a field trip, right? So there was a field trip that me and Vaseline agreed to go with together because I found out about this field trip, but I wanted her to come with me for companionship and support. And at that time, I didn't know there was this other girl who is not in this circle of friends. We're just gonna call her other girl, honestly. She's not really that important, but she will come in the story eventually. So this field trip was an all-girls field trip, and it was to go to a post-secondary institution that is hosting like or promoting like women to be more involved in like, I don't know, male-dominant systems and male-dominant jobs. So it was just an event for like empowerment and women to feel more comfortable going to post-secondary institution. Okay, so that's what the field trip pretty much was. So on Thursday, I heard over the intercom, they're like, any girl that is interested in going to this field trip should meet like at the back of the school. So not in the front of the school, in the back that day. So I didn't know this, okay? I had no idea that there was some kind of intercom or some kind of like announcement to let girls know that this is where we're going to meet for the field trip. Okay, so on Friday is the field trip. Friday at 9, not even like Friday at like 10. It was Friday at 9 before class starts. So I am at school. I'm at school, and it is like, I got to school at like 8, and I'm like texting Vaseline, and I'm just like, Vaseline, like, where are you? Like, I'm supposed to meet you by now. I think we even made an agreement to like meet at 5, meet at like 8, 1 hour before the field trip. And so I think we made that agreement, and I was texting her. I'm just like, girl, where are you? Like, where are the rest of the people? Because I didn't see anybody else. Like, I literally didn't see anyone else before that field trip. So I was like, where I was sitting was kind of like in front of the office. Like, I was kind of like, the way, okay, I'll try to explain how the office is set up. So in the front of the school, you walk into the school and you see some stairs. You see like a little bit of stairs, like the really small stairs. And then to your right, there's the door to the office. And then to exactly your front, there's some chairs where people can sit, or students can sit. Chairs and tables where students can do their homework, hang out, or whatever. And then to your left, there's like another hallway that leads to the music room and the art room and everything, and the cafeteria as well. So that is where I was sitting, was where exactly like in front of like the front entrance where the seats are once you walk in walk into the school. So that's where I was sitting while I was texting her, and I was like expecting to see Vaseline at any moment. And it fast forward until like 9, not even like 8:50, 8:55, and I'm just like, where is this girl? Like, I'm like texting her, I'm like, sis, where are you? Like, are you here? Are you there? Like, where should I meet you? Should I come see you? Where are you? I'm not getting any response. Like, I'm not getting anything. No text back, nothing. Like, I didn't hear anything from this girl. So 5 minutes before 9 o'clock, all of a sudden I see a line of girls going for the field trip. Like, simple, like, I saw a line of girls going to the field trip, and there I saw Vaseline within that line going into the field trip. So right in front of me, like, they're going, for some reason I remember them seeing, like, going, like, meeting them, like, I think it was like, so on Thursday they said, okay, so on Thursday they said meet at the back, but then now all of a sudden I'm seeing all the girls who want to go to the field trip going to the front of the school, so going to the front. So I believe what the plan was that all the girls were to meet in the back so that we can all together go to the front to the bus and load onto the bus. So that's what I believe was the plan, because when I was sitting at the front where the office was, I see the line of people, including Vaseline. So I get up immediately. I'm just like, oh my god, this is where you guys were? And so I go to Vaseline. I'm just like, where are you guys? Where were you guys? And so she was just like, they told us to go meet over here. They told us to go meet at the back. And I'm just like, what? Like, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear. She was just like, yeah, they said it. And you know, like, I'm not gonna like argue and be like she's wrong or anything, because she's probably right. Like, obviously she's right, because like if she was wrong, then she would be the one in my shoes and I would be the one in the right. So I was lucky enough, like, if I did not see them go walk past me, then I would probably miss the whole field trip, and Vaseline would have gone to the field trip like by herself or whatever. She wouldn't have even cared if I went or not. But I was very lucky that I was able to like see them before they left, because they were planning on going without me. So I joined the group of girls and we go onto the bus, and on the bus we're heading down to the post-secondary institution, and I'm like talking to her and stuff, and we're like sharing stories and stuff, and we're like sharing like personal stories, and I honestly shared these stories because I wanted her to get to know me more and get to know my personality and know, like, you know, like, I also just wanted to feel comfortable with her, because like from the jump this girl has been so comfortable in sharing personal stories with me, and I'm not complaining about that. I love the fact that she was so open like that. So I was trying to do the same thing, because like for the longest time, I don't know why I struggled to like share stories about myself and like be like elaborate, but like for the longest time it was hard for me to do that. So I wanted to share my personal life and like what I've done and like things that I regret doing, and I wanted to share them with her. And so that, and what I said just now is important to the story, okay? So we get to the post-secondary institution, and I'm talking with her still about like my story and stuff. And mind you guys, this whole time the other girl that I mentioned in the beginning of this video, the other girl is there, but she didn't come with any friends. She's just there. Or actually, I'm not sure if she came with other friends. I think she did. I don't remember, but yeah, so we get off the bus, and I'm like partnered up with Vaseline the whole time, and when we get to the event, so there's like a specific like thing that we had to do. So there was like chairs and everything in this at the post-secondary institution, and each table had like a station, and what was required of us was like each like every like 2 minutes or every 5 minutes we would have to shift and go to another station that talks about whether if it is psychology, entrepreneurship, medicine, engineering, nursing, all those things. So all of those tables had like a specific degree or major that shared information about the degree. So that's kind of what like the event was focused on. Fast forward to when me and Vaseline were on the entrepreneur station. So nobody else was on the entrepreneur station. It was just me and her, and then 2 entrepreneurs that talk about the entrepreneur program at the university, at the post-secondary institution. So as they were talking, I start getting hungry, and when I get hungry, I start feeling like dozy. I don't even know if dozy is the right word. Doozy. Oh my gosh, she's so dozy. What's the word? Dozy? Doozy? Like sleepy. I'm just gonna say sleepy. So I start feeling sleepy, and I'm like nodding my head and stuff, but not on purpose, but I'm nodding my head and stuff. And so she's just like, so what's her name? Vaseline looks at me and she like kind of rolls her eyes, and I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry. And so I snap right out of it because she realizes that I'm like getting doozy and stuff, like dozy. And so after, when we finish having the conversation with the entrepreneurs, she comes to me and she's just like, Chiklube, why are you sleeping? And I'm just like, I'm sorry, like I'm hungry, that's why. Like I don't know, like I didn't eat all day, so I probably like was like about to faint or something. I had no idea. But like, you know, when you don't eat, your blood sugar goes down. That's probably what was happening to me. So like when your blood sugar goes down, you start feeling sleepy. So I started feeling sleepy and I couldn't focus because I was so freaking hungry. So she doesn't really recognize that as an excuse, and I'm just like, whatever. I didn't realize that she took that to heart. Like she was actually pissed, like mad about it, because if she wasn't mad about it, she wouldn't bring it up again. But so yeah, so after when we finished talking about it, lunch comes, and they give us lunch actually. So we didn't have to bring a lunch, and that was a mistake because I should have brought like an apple or a carrot or something to keep me alive, but I didn't. And so I had to wait until like lunchtime until they gave us lunch. And you know what they gave us for lunch? Mustard sandwiches. Mustard bologna sandwiches. It was okay, I'm not gonna say it's disgusting, but the bread was breaking. Like as I was eating the sandwich, it would literally break. And like as much as I would try to like protect myself from being messy, because I hate being messy, I'm already a fat girl, so being messy already like makes me look even more of a mess, you know, because like fat people have like that reputation of being messy and being disgusting, and you know, plus size people, you know. So I really didn't like being messy, and I also don't like sweating. Like different story for a different day. But that's pretty much what was happening. So before we even started eating, right? So we got our lunches, and Vaseline said that she wanted to go use the washroom. So I was just like, okay, cool, go use the washroom. And she was just like, can you hold my food for me? So I'm like, okay, I can hold your food for you, yeah. And she's like, hold my food for me and wait for me here, like don't go anywhere. So I'm just like, okay. So I'm standing there as she goes to the washroom, and I also ask her, I'm like, why can't you just take your lunch with you to the washroom? She's just like, I'm not about to do that, like that's weird. How can you take food to the washroom? Like that's disgusting. And I'm just like, okay, that's your perspective. So I'm standing there, and you know where I'm standing? Like I'm not even standing in a comfortable place. Like I'm standing in the middle of a hallway. Imagine you're like in a carnival, right? You're in a carnival, and you're waiting for your mom to come back from the washroom, so you're just like standing there with all these people walking by you and stuff. Like, I started feeling uncomfortable. 1 second, I need to fix my chair. So I started feeling uncomfortable, so I'm just like, I need to go and find somewhere not secluded, but let me go sit down, because it's like I look so weird just standing. Like, you're just standing in front of people who are walking by you. So you're, not only was I awkwardly standing there, but I was taking up space and I was obstructing traffic. So I went to go sit down, and this is where communication would have been key, because just like how Vaseline didn't answer my text messages on where she was when we were going for the field trip, she didn't answer my text messages when I would tell her, sis, I'm gonna go and sit down, I'm gonna go sit here, this is where I'm gonna be. Mind you, we've never been to this post-secondary institution before, so we don't know which is where. I just went to go find the nearest seat. So I text her, I'm just like, just follow the signs, this is where I am, this is what the signs say, and then you will eventually find me, I'm on your left. That's what I told her, and it wasn't even too far away from the washroom. So I go and I sit down, I put her food down, and I start devouring my food, looking like a complete glutterous mess. Glutterous, yes, we're gonna pretend glutterous is a word. And I don't know, like 20 minutes or 30 minutes go by, and she eventually finds me, and I'm just like, hey, like, you're and no, she finds me and she's just like, oh, there you are. And I'm just like, yeah, there I am, I told you where I was. And she was just like, I was about to go find the other girl, actually. And so I was just like, what do you mean you were gonna go find the other girl? Like, I texted you where I was. Like, were you, like, I didn't say it like that, but I was just like, were you like about to ditch me? Like, if you were to find the other girl, would you have just stayed with her? And she literally straight up, she was like, yeah. And so I'm just like, okay, but like, what about your food? Like, you wouldn't have eaten then, like, because I was the one who had your food. And then she was like, oh, well, I could have just found something else to eat later on when we come back from the field trip. And I'm just like, what the fire truck? What the hell? So you were about to ditch me. You were planning on ditching me? And like not even letting me know where you are, because at least I tried to make the effort. I know, like, circumstance, if like I was more smart and I would tell her, like, on the spot, if I knew that I would feel uncomfortable standing in the middle of the hallway, I would have told her straight up. I'd be like, I'm actually gonna go find somewhere to sit down, and you can find me here, you can find me somewhere here. But I didn't tell her that, and I just like said, I just agreed to hold her food for her. So that's the problem. That's like on my end the problem. But like, for you to like change the mission, change your mind, and just go look for somebody else to go sit down with and like hang out with, and like completely disregard me, like, that's beyond me. That is literally beyond me. Like, I could never do something like that. I would be so sad. I would like try to text her. I would try to text you and see, like, her phone wasn't dead, guys. Her phone wasn't dead. So there is literally no excuse. Like, she could have put her phone on silent, but like, I've seen this girl on her phone like throughout the entire like field trip. I've seen her on her phone. I've seen her at least go check the time, and so I kind of did a glance over her phone and I saw my face. I saw my name on her notifications. So it's not like she doesn't receive the notifications. I see them, but I guess she just chooses to ignore them or something. When it comes to like communication and talking with your friends, like, even if it like drains out your battery or something, like, I'm just assuming like what, like, maybe it, like going on Instagram or going on messaging drains out her battery. Even if it does that, you could still try to communicate with me and talk to me, at least even if it is calling me. Just call me and tell me, ask me where I am, or reply to my text message. But no, you just choose to change the plan and just go and find the other girl to hang out with. I'm not even gonna say I'm lucky, because like, that is so disrespectful for you to just like completely disregard me like that. I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm so lucky that she was able to like stumble upon me, because she didn't have the attention. And so why should I be happy for her to find me? I don't understand. I don't know if you guys understand where I'm coming from. But like, if she were to like ditch me completely, like, because her intentions weren't to look for me. Her intentions were to look for the other girl. It wasn't even to look for me anymore. So, but she stumbled upon me. She sat with me, and we're eating our lunch together and stuff. And after when lunch is over, we throw away our boxes or whatever, and we go back. I think like there was like, yeah, like wrap up or whatever, like wrap up, saying goodbye, and then we're heading back on the school bus. So my class and what's her name, Vaseline, are on the school bus now. And as we're going home, as we're going back to school, I'm again telling her about my life, and I'm telling her about everything that I've done that I regret. And this one was like a little bit more crazy, on the crazier side. But mind you, like when I was telling her these things, I was like, how old? Like 7? I don't know, like 7, 8, 9. And so I was like much more crazier at that time, like much more crazy. Maybe not. I was just like threatening people to tell the teacher on them because they didn't want to play with me. That's the gist of the stories that I would tell her. And so as I was telling her this on the bus, she interrupts me and she's just like, why are you telling me this? Like, why are you telling me this? And I'm just like, I don't understand. Because sis would share really crazy stories about her life too, and I never interrupted her once. I would say like, yeah, you told me this before. And it's not like I want you to stop talking about what you're about to say. Like, I love it when you retell stories. I love people. I listen to stories that have been told on YouTube all the time. So it's okay if I know what the story is, and it's okay if like you've told me the story before. It's fine. Like, I would love to hear it again. But then when I tell her like, oh, you've told me before, she would shut up and she wouldn't say it anymore. And at the time, like, I should have communicated that it's okay if you tell me, but like I just didn't. I just allowed her to think whatever she wanted. So that was another wrongdoing, whatever, or something on my end. But like at the same time, sis, like how could you, like, not at the same time, but like the fact that I allow you to like share everything, like not even just like the good things, the bad things, but literally anything embarrassing. Like, I don't interrupt you, and I don't ever say things like, why are you telling me this? Like, this is getting weird, this is a TMI. Like, I don't say TMI. I care so much about you, and I care so much about people that I would be willing to hear anything about, like, whatever, because it's like on their chest, and I'm willing to hear whatever it is that's going on in your life. If it's bothering you so much, tell me, or tell somebody, because sometimes people need someone to talk to, even if I don't know you or not. So I felt very betrayed. I don't know, betrayed. Betrayed, no, not betrayed. But I felt very weird after that. I'm just like, girl, like, this is somebody who has been sharing stories with me since the 10th grade, since I've met her. And now she's telling me, now that it's my turn to share stories that's happened in my life, she's like, why are you telling me this? Like, are you 5 years old? Like, can you act your age for once? Come on now. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And another thing that kind of stood out to me that made me think a little differently about Vaseline after was that on the same field trip, right? So after, she's like, why are you telling me this? I kind of shut up, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna like share any story. And it's so sad, because like, it's already so hard for me to share stories with my friends, and it's so hard for me to say things in my personal life, things that I regret, things that, like, you know, the good and the bad, the good and the ugly. It's so hard for me to open up. It's so hard for me to open up to people. So for her to like tell me like, why are you telling me this, shatters me. It shatters my confidence, and it shatters, I don't know, it just shatters like my comfortability on who, like, being around you, the comfortability of being around you, or being around that person, you know. So, but yeah, so another thing that like stood out to me was like on the same day, like on the same bus as we're going home, we're almost close to the school, and she's just like, she says something, I don't remember what she says, but she's just like, She says some kind of like sentence. She says a line, and she looks at me, and I'm just like I smile or something, or I laugh or giggle, and then she's just like, oh wait, you're not this person, so you wouldn't understand, something like that. And so I'm just like, what do you mean? Like, you could always explain. What are you talking about? Acting as if like your friends are exclusive, your stories are exclusive. I don't know, guys. I'm not that exclusive. I don't think I am. I wanted to do the whole exclusive thing and like try to like pretend I have like very important friends in my life, but like I share everything with everyone. Like, I treat everyone, at least I try to treat everyone equally. So hearing, oh, you're not this person, you wouldn't understand, was kind of disrespectful and kind of caught me off guard, because I thought this was somebody that was like close to me like that, but like I guess not. I don't know. But yeah, that is the end of that story. Oh no, the story's not over yet, sorry. So after that, when she's like, oh, you're not this person, you will understand, I just like brush it off. I'm just like, okay, whatever. So we get back to school and we're in the library now, and we come and see the person who she was talking about. So mind you guys, so the person who she was like, oh, you're not that person, you will understand, the person is Yeast. Okay, so you don't know who Yeast is, but Yeast is just another girl in the circle of friends that I met in high school. And guess what the first thing she says to Yeast? She's like, oh my god, like Chukube was sleeping during the thing. Like Chukube was sleeping. I'm just like, I thought we brushed that off. I thought we got over that. And I already told you why I was sleeping. I was faint. Je suis faint. I was hungry. I couldn't focus. Like the only thing like I could focus on was to eat something. I didn't eat anything in the morning. And now we're like somewhere else. My stomach was growling. I literally, like, the hunger was on my chest. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but like when I like don't eat for a long period of time, the weight starts going on my chest. I don't know, but yeah. So and then like Yeast didn't really respond like that. Yeast was just like, okay. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, the fact that she brought it up again kind of made me think, like, what is wrong with you? What is actually wrong with you, Vaseline? Because you're not treating me like a friend. You know, I don't know. Like, you, like the fact that she was planning on ditching me, like, it told me, like, you're not treating me like a friend. You don't see me as a friend. You don't respect me enough to come back and look for me or answer my text messages. Why is it so hard for my friends to text me back? I don't understand. But yeah, that's the end, guys. That's the end. It's not really a happy ending. There's no like beginning or end. Like, my sister is always telling me, like, the way you have to do YouTube story times, you have to have a beginning, middle, and end. This is just sharing my experience in high school. Like, pretty much the majority of like my stories are just like, what did Chukube, how was Chukube's experience in high school? That's pretty much what my stories are. But yeah, if you enjoyed it though, give it a thumbs up. Just give it a thumbs up and like it, because it will tell me if you enjoy the story or not. It's not even for like algorithm or like anything. Like, it will just let me know, like, if you like the story, like the video, and I'll continue making stories similar like this. Okay? Also comment if you like related to it or whatever. I don't know. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.